This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And welcome to a review of Creature Commandos Season 1, Episode 6. And this is honestly one of, if not the best ones of the season. I think they did a great job with it, and especially Dr. Phosphorus's origin is probably the most tragic of all of them. And yes, some of them have extremely tragic origins. And before that, I would say it was probably Weasel who had the most tragic one, but with that one, it was at least a complete misunderstanding there and an extraordinarily tragic accident. In this one, you see a man completely broken, and just as a side note, they said that they weren't allowed to use any humans, but Dr. Phosphorus is a human, so I'm not sure if they know that. We also have our first superhero appearance officially, not through flashbacks or visions or anything. Or, sorry, it isn't a flashback, but like a vision, which is the first appearance of Batman. And while it's only seen from the shadows, it is interesting in this because it's going through the basics of what we need to know about just Batman being active for a long time. And that's implies with the fact that Damian Wayne is going to be in the first Batman movie of the DCU, so that gets us to an interesting point where Batman is probably going to be in his mid 30s to early 40s, probably at the earliest. So it does make sense to see him here because he would be the hero that's probably been active for the longest since Superman's only supposed to be 25, and we already know he is active at this point. But yeah, honestly, I think that it is pretty interesting to go and see that, and that they actually did have a small cameo without having to cast anyone because that's something I would want to take a look at. Who's the best basically parameters to cast for their Batman, and it's something I've wanted to do. It's just I haven't had the time to do it. So just going and continuing with this. Yeah, Dr. Phosphorus' origin extremely tragic. Very sad how he lost his entire family, and he basically would just want revenge against Rupert Thorne, and then uses his grief to justify him becoming a new crime lord. We do get teases to some characters that could exist in the DCU, like the Penguin, since he does go to the Iceberg Lounge, and I am interested to see how far into Batman they're gonna go because just knowing how DC treats Batman, they rely on him heavily. So yeah, honestly, that's gonna be interesting to see. Going into the other characters in this one, everything with Bride and Nina was overall entertaining but predictable. Everything with Weasel, honestly, it was just a really nice, small side story to show just how this is just more of a carefree creature that overall is just kind of happy and joyful with life. But yeah, honestly, I really did enjoy that little story of the wolves, and I think that it was just something to show that this is just such a nice, happy, and pure creature with no real evil in him at all. Now going on to just with everything else, the final setup for the finale next week is interesting. At least I think it's a finale. All I see is there's supposed to be 7 episodes, so I do think it's gonna be interesting because I think they probably should have had an episode before the finale dedicated to what happened to Nina. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens next week and what the ultimate reveal will be because if they are going to do someone like Gorilla Grodd, it feels like very last minute to pull him in. So I was interested to see if that's going to be something more up for the future of the DCU, but honestly, I think that this is a pretty good episode. maybe the best one of it, but I have to go back and think on it, so I want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments, and also like this episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.